Hey FPL managers, welcome back to another episode of PPT. I'm your host, Points Master Ertz, and I'm joined by High Score Suj. How's things on your side, Suj?
All right. I have had a satisfying yet unpalatable 77-point game week because I had
Unpalatable.
Soyuncu on the bench, so it could have easily been 91, but unfortunately, you know how it
Agreed,
goes.
agreed, agreed. But hey, man, good game weeks back to back. And points are coming from like the unlikeliest of sources. The defenders especially. There's been a good couple of weeks now where people have had defenders on the bench, and I will not
Yeah.
name who those people are. But yeah, what do you think? It's a bit of an underdog story in the FPL this season so far.
Yeah. I like that the cheaper players are the ones who are actually scoring the points, not the big top guys. So getting the captaincy wrong with everybody is not too bad because, our smaller guys like Lundstrom and Co. are just scoring us a lot of points.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more options in the FPL this season, which has its pros and cons. But as per usual,
Yeah.
the points start rolling in, and guess what happens? There's an international break. So I think last time we made a flop there. We didn't warn people. Please don't be getting greedy with your team making changes after this week because there's an international break coming. Okay. And maybe I'm telling myself more than I'm telling the people out there. But
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, let's talk through a few of the notes from last game week. So we've obviously got we've mentioned a little bit about the defenders. And Landstrom and co. But I wanted to pick out like Soyonchu. I mean, he had a big game week as well. He got 14 points.
Correct.
Yeah.
On my bench. I'm
And
sorry, man. It's just heartbreaking and so.
yeah.
Especially since the fact that I had Cantwell who played 6 minutes. I lost out on 14 points because of 6 minutes.
And who were the other defenders that
It
scored?
was Rico who had also a good game week. There was Kyle Walker who scored and assisted. I think that was the first time in his career he did it, but I mean he also got those points. I think it's the first time in the dream team that there's actually five defenders that outscored the outfield players.
Really? Wait.
Yeah,
No, I
have a
got to
look at
see
it.
this. Is that real?
Yeah, have a look at the dream team.
Uh,
There we go.
oh, geez. Okay. Sure.
Look at
That's
that,
18
21.
points. Yo.
Anybody who didn't have Landstrom, shame, man.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, eh? Yeah, okay. I was a genius who took him out and brought Rico in. And then for those 2 weeks that I had Rico in, had him on the bench and he got 2 clean sheets. Who expect now,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He's
But
my
I mean,
dollar.
seriously, like I'm looking at this team, this dream team here, and the only recognizable characters here are Mane and Abrahams, and you know, uh, we'll say more
Yeah,
about them later. And moving on to the other, I think the other thing we must take note of is, which I think we've been punting for a little while now, is Leicester's form, eh?
yeah.
I
You
mean,
can't look past Leicester. I mean, look, they're just scoring goals. I mean,
yeah,
it's 11 goals already since Rogers in the last two games. And so Yonchu scoring and Vardy scoring and everybody's just scoring goals.
yeah.
You know,
And
I
what
thought
about
Vardy would regress after that, after the when they won the league and stuff because he scored like very few goals after that. But here's it this season with Rogers and all of a sudden the form upturn in form and he's now the highest scorer in FPL. So
Yeah, and they
there you
third,
go.
and Leicester are third in the table, level on points with Chelsea, and they're 6 points ahead of Arsenal. That's the top four for them. But yeah, and don't
And
forget
then they play
Chilwell
Arsenal
also
this
was.
weekend.
I think Chilwell was also just missed a goal as well in this game. So the last game that they played.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shame.
and then yeah, Wolves they are also starting to pick up their form. Do you think anybody's
Yeah,
worthwhile from there?
Jimenez.
Well, yeah, definitely
Oh,
Jimenez.
definitely Jimenez. I've mentioned it a couple of times. I mean, he's got a couple of goals and assists in the last couple of games, and um, it looks like he's gonna score goals in this next run of fixtures that they have. Even
Yeah.
though look after the international break, they play like 7 games in 22 days.
Oof.
But I mean, it seems like they've adapted now to fixtures with the Europa League and stuff. So I don't think it will bother them that much.
Yeah. And then the last bit that was of note, I mean, subhuman became superhuman, breaking those legs,
Yeah,
twisting it upside down. Hey, Paying poor Gomez, eh? That was a
Just
ask,
thinking
eh?
about it makes
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Just thinking about it makes me cringe. But shame, man. Like Ramsey also had a similar incident like this not too long ago, and there he was in the Champions League yesterday scoring for Juventus. So
Yeah,
there'll
but
be
he's
hope for Gomez. Shame.
yeah, but his FPL points went down, and maybe Swans will go down as well. Plus, yeah,
Yeah, but look, his card was rescinded, but the points will stay the way they were.
yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he performs. I mean, the next three fixtures that Tottenham have are some decent ones, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're playing. Oh well, actually, they're playing not Southampton. They're playing Sheffield United at home. Then they play West Ham away, and then they play Bournemouth at home. So that would have been like a nice, points for him. But you never know how these things psychologically affect you, eh?
Yeah. Well, look, Son did score 2 goals in the Champions League just last night.
Ooh,
So
okay,
it's
okay.
like
So
I don't
then
know how
keeping
much
him
it
in mind,
actually
yeah,
affected him.
yeah. Moving on to our okay. So we are doing things a little differently this week. We're gonna go with the form players for now. So we've got for our captain picks, possible captain picks. We've got Vardy, Landstrom, who we've mentioned already, and Pulisic. And let's start with Pulisic actually, because he's the one that I is seeming like intriguing actually.
Okay, yeah, look, he's on the top of the form thing and stuff. But I mean, for me, Tammy's the one who's really the one who's doing it in that team. But I mean, this whole year, he's had a tough start to the Premier League, but now he seems to be adapting, and he's got a couple of goals in the last couple of games, and he seems to be playing and making that midfield place his own, over Hudson-Odoi and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
I,
whether
I've
to captain him this weekend,
Yeah, he's the
you'll
one
have to
out of
start.
these three. I would say that for me, Landstrom is the least. Like as much as I love you, as much as you all love him, and he's scoring big points, and he's playing
Yeah, you wouldn't
two
captain a
hard
defender.
games.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
one hard game. No, I'm talking after rubbish. Sheffield United should win both of these games against Tottenham and United. Nah, okay, never mind. I changed my mind. Landstrom captain.
In the United game, yeah.
Yeah. And we
You
already
wouldn't generally
mentioned.
captain a defender anyway, so.
Yeah, we've already mentioned Vardy, but it is interesting that he's continuing to outperform his XG data.
Yeah, but I mean, this whole year for me, I thought he was gone in the wind. But yeah, he's back under Rodgers. I don't know what it is about Rodgers that he's got this team playing so well that when you watch them, I personally think they deserve to get third.
Yeah,
And with the players being so cheap in that team, I really want a piece of that. I'm not gonna lie. 3 players from here, I don't generally like to go 3 players, but 3 players from here I'll definitely take.
yeah. Maybe Madison, Barnes, Vardy,
Soyuncu, Madison, Vardy.
Chilwell.
But as long as Vardy's one of them, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, for sure. Would you say out of these three that he would you be your captain pick?
To be very honest with you, I'm going to captain Vardy this weekend against Arsenal.
Ooh, yeah. And I mean, actually, wait. I was trying to look at what was their previous results like. That's what I was trying to look up. Now I only
From what
remember
I
now.
from what I know, Vardy likes to score against them, so that's the most important thing.
Yeah, let me just I can just look it up quickly because I always like to hear about Arsenal's woes. And they've been struggling. I think it's like 5 games in a row now they haven't gotten a win.
Yeah, Obiang going through a dry streak. He just scored in the last game, so
Yeah. Actually, it's okay. So looking at the last few games, so it looks like Leicester won 3-0 in the last game. Sure.
yeah.
And then Arsenal won 3-1 in the game before that. And then
But you would check generally Leicester's form at home instead of like the overall say
yeah.
head-to-head.
And is this a home game for them?
Yes, the Leicester home game.
Okay. Oof. No. Then I would actually say that is a bit of a banker. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say if they beat Arsenal in this game, yeah, they would generally say, okay, that's the usual fourth guy out of the way because they'll go 9 points ahead of them.
Yeah, for sure. And then, like you did mention, Tammy obviously missing from here. He's got now he got a couple of assists and a goal in the last two. So I mean, maybe we didn't really have room for him, but I thought, as we, how we work this is that we kind of select from the drop down of the game, and then we choose by form, and then obviously Pulisic is a bit above because of his hat trick. But I know Tammy he scored in the Champions League game.
Yeah.
But
Nice
oh,
goal.
So I mean, does that
But what a
count?
game.
Yeah, no, oof, what a game, hey. I really didn't think they had anything in them, and then they just came back. But I mean, the two red cards maybe did help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, if I'm looking at Chelsea's fixtures right now, you were saying like three from Leicester, maybe three from Chelsea might also be an option because they've 4 home games in the next 6.
Well, if
That's
that's the case, I wouldn't. To be honest with you, I'll punch Jorginho. You see, because he's on penalties. He's
yeah,
suspended. He's got 5 yellow cards, so he's suspended for this game. But he'll be back in the next game, and he's 5.0. So if you want someone to partner, maybe Mount or Pulisic or Tammy, he would be a nice way to go. Because Tomori, yes, he's cheap, but he's not giving the points like you would expect, from a
yeah.
good team.
Oh, speaking of Mount,
So
he's obviously possibly injured, so that would add to
yeah,
Pulisic's attractiveness,
mounting injuries for lots of teams.
Yeah, for sure. Let's move. Okay, so let's move on to what the game of the weekend. Now, normally we would just put out our usual suspects here, but I think almost all the suspects come from these two teams. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a big game, right? This is like a title decider early in the season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what's the head-to-head record like with these Oaks?
And look with these ones, yeah. Well, before I get to the end, for what I want to say is I'm punting full on Mane in this game, yeah.
Mane,
Because
okay.
he from all of them, he got 12 points in the last game, which is like his fourth double-digit haul.
Yeah,
Whilst De Bruyne, Sterling, Salah all got basically nothing,
yeah,
less than nothing. And I mean, Sterling has now only got 2 goals in his last, 2 goals and 1 assist in his last 8 game weeks.
yeah.
And De Bruyne only has 1 assist since game week 8.
No,
So
exactly.
purely on form and purely from watching them, Mane for me is, if you have to choose from here, Mane would be my captain. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay, fine, fair enough. I mean, look, yeah, Sterling started the season on fire, and it's just petered out, and I don't know how much of that is down to the rotation, you know. And like also when I'm watching the Liverpool highlights, like Salah is almost like out the window. Even though I mean he's still scoring points, so if you have him, I mean I'm not going to tell you to get rid of him, especially now that Mane is now 12 million now. It's point
Yeah.
0.3 and Salah's point 0.3, right? I think Salah's
Yeah.
form will pick up at some point, but in games like this, in recent times, you can just tell that, like just from the data, also Mane's touches and stuff are way more in the box, you know.
Yes.
And what more do you
Definitely.
want from a forward player than being mostly in the box?
Exactly. I think Mane basically outdoes him for big chances created, big chances scored, uh, goals, goals from open play, minutes per chance.
Yeah,
The only thing that Salah actually does very well, that outperforms him in his goal attempts. But I mean, if he's got the most goal attempts and not as many goals, what's the point?
yeah, exactly.
You know?
But I'm saying it's a similar thing that happened to Salah last season, because that then too he was like he had that thing, and then I think midway through the season he just started bursting, and then from there onwards he
Yes.
carried it through. So I mean, if you got him, maybe just keep hoping for that. But otherwise, in this particular game, I think you're right. I'm looking at the head-to-head records now, and geez, there's goals in the last 5 meetings between these two teams. There's been 3 goals, or 2 to 3 goals in each game. 2-1.
Yeah.
City won the last game. Then there was the only draw in that 5, which is a 0-0 draw. But I really don't think that's going to happen because the game before that, Liverpool 4, City 3. That was a Liverpool home game. And then City's home game was 5-0 to them. And then they had another draw, which was also City at home. So it looks like the home team is favored. So it actually fits in with what you said,
Yeah.
about going for Mane. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Plus the fact that Edison has now got injured in the Champions League. There's a whole lot of injuries for City.
yeah,
The Liverpool's defense, for me personally, is not functioning as well as it does when Matip is there.
yeah,
So personally, I think there'll be goals, but I think Liverpool will outscore them and beat them.
yeah, for
And
sure.
Mane will score those goals.
Yeah, I actually am forced to agree with you, especially since like I really can't tell I can't even tell what the only commonality in the 2 City defeats so far was that De Bruyne wasn't there, but he is there now. I just don't. I'm a little less sure than you are, to be honest, because I think the main thing is I think this is going to be a high scoring game because the defenses are terrible and Liverpool. I think the goalkeeper's gone again, right? Edison, I think you got
Oh,
injured.
really?
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
injured.
Liverpool and Man City.
Not Liverpool, Man City. Sorry, Man City
Yeah, so
goalkeeper's injured. Yeah,
yeah.
So I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So you know what? It's not bad punt to make Mane captain.
No, definitely, dude. I mean, when the City player is gonna walk, when you watch a Liverpool game and you watch the start and they do that song that "Never Walk Alone" in the start, I think that actually makes a very big difference for their home form because I can't remember the last time when Liverpool even lost a game at home.
Yeah, well, I can't remember the last time they lost a game.
Yeah, so especially at home and with that form, they're gonna beat City, man.
Yeah, okay. I'll take your word on that. I hope it's not true, but I'll take your word for it. Anyway, that's it for this week, and I'd like to ask the guys out there if they like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe.
And comment.
Oh, right, and comment, comment, comment. I said it 3 times. I'm hoping it's like Beetlejuice. You say it 3 times, it actually happens. Otherwise, yeah. So that's it for this week's Suj. I'll see you after the international break. We'll see the managers. We'll talk about hopefully Liverpool won't be further into their title challenge, and there'll be a loss there. But yeah. Otherwise, managers, please stick around and check out our new. We're gonna add something new at the end. Just players to watch out for. That's not necessarily captain picks, but players you wanna look at for your FPL
Watch
team.
it.
Yeah. Otherwise, cheers, Suj.
Cheers, man.
No.